Hi everyone. Thank you everyone for being here. In these sessions, I will tell you how AI can transform customer interactions into actionable business intelligence. My name is Gennadiy Bezkorovayniy. I'm CEO of MiaRec. So let's get started. In this session, you will learn a few things. First, I will show you how to reduce QA cost. But more importantly, I will show you how after QA can give you full visibility into your contact center and into your agent performance. Next, I will show you how AI can improve CSAT and NPS score by analyzing every conversation. Then we will talk about customer churn, how AI can identify customer at risk early. And finally, we will discuss missed revenue opportunities, how you can recover those sales calls that you lost in your contact center. And in the bonus section, I will show you a few reports that you can get with conversation intelligence on real data. Everything I just mentioned arises from one key issue: limited visibility. When I say limited visibility, I mean the lack of insights into calls and interactions. Contact centers handle thousands of calls every day. But if you don't use AI, that data goes untouched. You can't improve what you can see. Today, many contact centers are still doing manual QA. Human evaluators evaluate tiny sample of calls, 1 to 2%, and we have huge blind spots. We don't really know if our agents say the right things or customers have good experience. Then we have how company measure customer experience. Most companies today rely on post-call surveys. But let's be honest, almost nobody fills us out unless they are really upset or really happy. So we have huge response bias. And because of that, we are missing customer pain points in conversations. And more importantly, we are missing preventable churn. So we're missing customers who disconnect our service and cancel our service because they are not happy. And last one, missed revenue opportunities. We see this all the time. Sales agents mishandle objections. They miss upsell opportunities during a call. So let's see what we can do, how we can fix all of those issues. Well, you probably know the simple answer is AI. But how exactly AI can help us? We will start with auto QA first, because this is what most contact centers start with today. And to make sure we are on the same page, what is auto QA? Auto QA is an AI-powered system that automatically evaluates every single interaction in your contact center using your quality criteria. And normally, this looks like you see on this slide. You have a list of calls, and every call is being scored in the system. You can see this one passed, this one failed. And more importantly, every call is being categorized into call type and reason for the call. This is very important. You can see sales call, customer call, technical support call. You can apply different scorecards to different call types. If you would like to drill down and see details of any of these call interactions, you can click on any of these calls. And review this call. In this example, we have AI scored the call with 62 points, and you have score for every single question. Did the agent use proper opening dialogue? Did the agent ask the caller the callback number? And it's not only scoring every call, it gives you explanation why it's scored that way. Let's see one of the questions. Did the agent avoid asking questions the caller had already answered? And AI says, no, the agent asked the caller phone number again in 351, even though the caller had already provided at 133. This explanation saves a lot of time during call review. No more manual scoring, no more manual listening to calls. AI solves one big problem in contact centers: cost. It reduces huge amount of cost, and it saves money in contact center. But there is another potential benefit that AI after QA can bring you: visibility. Because AI can score 100% of your calls, you can have dashboard like this, where you can see all your scores being scored, or your calls being scored. In this example, we have 8,000 complete reports, 59% of calls passed our threshold, and average score 74.1. What's important here is you can see breakdown by question. So now you can see where your agents fail or pass on each individual call, in each individual question. You can click on any of these questions to see details why they failed on that question. This information allows you to spot issues, to identify coaching opportunities, and verify compliance. You can slice and dice data. Scores can be broken by agent. You can see the top agent on this slide has 93 points, and the agent at the bottom side has only 78 points. The information like this allows you to identify and monitor effectiveness of your training program. You can also establish bonus program based on score. This is what some of our customers do. So we just saw how after QA can help in your contact center. But what if we track other metrics like CSAT, NPS, customer effort scores automatically without post-call surveys? We can do that. So how does CSAT work? Let's talk about customer satisfaction score. And this shows a few technical details. If you work with ChatGPT, you know that you need to send some instructions to ChatGPT to do something. This is exactly what we are doing. So we have instructions for AI. You are an expert in analyzing customer service interactions and calculating CSAT score. Your task is to analyze and provide and calculate CSAT score on a scale 1 to 5, where 1 is very dissatisfied, 5 very satisfied, and a few more instructions. Now, the system uses these instructions and apply to every single call to give you score. In the end, you will receive something like this. So you will see 1,600 calls have been scored for CSAT, and you see breakdown: 35 very dissatisfied calls, 93 dissatisfied, average score 3.8. And you're not only limited to CSAT score, you can score other metrics, customer metrics, NPS metric, Net Promoter Score, how likely customers recommend your company to other people. You can also check Net Effort Score, how much effort customers needs to exert to get their issue resolved. Net Effort Score is a very important metric. It allows you to identify inefficiencies in your processes. And if you can click on any of these breakdowns and see individual calls in any category: difficult, very difficult. When you scroll down this dashboard, you will see breakdown by topic. So you can see which of your call types have the lowest sentiment score. You can click on any of this metric to drill down into any of these calls and review them. You can see data by users to identify who of your users give the most trouble to customers. Like this one has 3.3 sentiment score over this period of time. Let's review one of these calls. You select the call that you would like to review. And now you can play back call, but you can also look at data available from AI. AI scored this call for CSAT as 2, very dissatisfied. And it doesn't only score the call, it also explains you why. You can see explanation. The customer primary goal of getting the service turned on immediately was not achieved. The agent could not fulfill the request due to after-hour limitations. Clearly, we have a problem. We don't have enough technicians after hours to turn on service. Let's look at another call. This time we will look at call with net effort score. Net effort score, if you remember, helps you to identify inefficiencies in your processes. So this call has net effort score 1, very difficult. And we will see why. The customer call was not handled effectively. The agent immediately informed the customer that the sales department was in a meeting and suggested calling back later. We clearly see that we missed sale because nobody was able to handle it. So we talk about CSAT. Let's talk about another huge issue for any company, customer churn. Customer churn is a very expensive problem. It takes 5 to 25 times more expensive to get new customer than retain existing one. So customer churn, customer retention must be a priority for any company. So how can we use AI to help with that issue? Again, the same as with CSAT, we have instructions. We can ask AI to identify customers at risk, analyze the transcript, and determine how likely the customer is to churn or not purchase again based on this interaction, and score from 0 to 100. And we have a few buckets: low risk, medium, high, and churn already disconnected. The results? Well, similar dashboard, but now we are talking about churn risk. So we have 14 customers already disconnected, and 28 customers are at high risk churn. This is actionable data. You can get this data on a daily basis for your manager to review and potentially save those highly risk customers. Let's talk about one more issue: missed revenue opportunity. This is one of favorite among our customers. We see this all the time. This is how it works. This is actually a combination of 2 prompts. First one identifies missed revenue opportunity based on certain criteria. It says, determine if sales person missed opportunity to generate revenue. And look at this situation. Failed to upsell or cross-sell relevant products or services, did not address objections raised by customers, and so on. And the second prompt helps us to quantify every missed sale. It says, identify and extract any dollar amount mentioned as part of the sales opportunity. The result? We look at dollar value dashboard. We can see breakdown of our potential deals. Less than 500, we had almost 1,000 deals. And high ticket, 10,000 plus, we had 75 calls. Now we combine this with filter, missed sales opportunity, and we filter this data and look only on those calls that have missed opportunity. Now we have only 9 calls. We can review those 9 calls and potentially save that, follow up with customer and get that deal closed. I would like to, as promised, give you a few use cases, interesting use cases. This is another way to represent data. You can analyze every lost sale and ask AI to identify reason why you are losing sale. In this report, you can see number 1 reason we are losing sale is price is too high. We lost 3,700 calls because of this reason. Number 2 is no room availability. This customer is in hospitality. This information is useful as is. You can review those calls. But what if we combine this data with dollar value? We can do that. Now, in this report, you can see lost revenue column that shows that because of price was too high, we lost potentially 5.9 million revenue. And because of no room was available, we lost almost $900,000. Is this useful data? I think we can act on this data. We definitely can work on training program for our agents to handle sales objections, to handle questions about prices too high. We definitely can work on no room availability handling, like offer alternatives, different rooms, maybe free upgrades. This is true business intelligence. It's no more call center. It's business intelligence for companies. And actually, you can use AI to look at every lost sale and ask AI to provide coaching tips, identify why it was lost, what agent did wrong, and what AI can suggest for next call in the same situation. This example shows a couple of examples with coaching tip from AI. Like the agent could have asked, they are checking, what are you checking specifically? Perhaps I can help you to find information now to save your time. And second one, similar one. So you can use AI as your coaching. It's like having personal 24/7 coach for every agent. And I will talk about one more. Call disposition. It costs 30 cents for every call if you do manual call disposition in contact center. Company pay $300 per agent per month to do manual call disposition. But the cost is not a problem. The biggest problem is most agents choose other category instead of selecting the right one. So this data, expensive and not useful at all. AI can do this work cheaper and better. It will score, it will analyze every call and give you call outcome or call disposition on every interaction. So you can use this data for your business decision. And one more example. We can combine multiple metrics like call reason and net effort score. This is very important, and what you can see, we can highlight a few moments here. People are calling to pay bill, and now we can see how hard it is for people to pay their bill over the phone. NES score, if you remember, it's from 1 to 5. 1 is very difficult, 2 is difficult. So we had 11 callers had very difficult time to pay their bill, and 145 had difficult times to pay their bill. Is this normal? I think we definitely have a problem with very simple tasks like pay bill. The same applies to other things like order placement, order status, all these revenue generating categories. It shouldn't be hard to handle those calls. Do we have more time? 2 more minutes. Okay, yeah, it's enough. And this is the last example from use cases. Here we combine call reason for the call, and queue time. It's very important. One thing that you can notice here, high queue time for book reservation reason. Book reservation is a revenue generating category. People are calling to book room to pay your money. You should not keep people in queue for long. Very, very useful, very insightful data. Another one, we have email confirmation not received. 1,100 calls. People complain that they didn't receive email confirmation. Do we have issue with email service? I think we need to review it. Call for other department. Almost 800 calls were handled by manual, expensive agents to route calls to different departments. I think we can use IVR for this task. I hope you learn a few use cases from this presentation. Thank you. If you have any questions, we have a booth over there.
Yeah, we have time for one question. Does anybody have, I know we have some note takers here. Do you have anything you'd like to get out right now? How about you, my dear? Questions?
What call center application are you using?
What call center application are you using?
We are platform agnostic, so we provide analytics for conversation. So it works with WebEx calling, WebEx contact center, and a few other vendors. So all we need is just access to conversations. It will be recording, transcript, or chat, digital conversation.
That's great. Great question. Thank you for that, my dear. I see a lot of head nodding and photo taking of some of your slides. So please come and see Gennadiy. Thank you for joining us for this awesome session. And let's hear it for Gennadiy.